This is summary of the book Gulliver in Lilliput. This book is all about a man called Gulliver who loved to explore, but not just explore interesting places. Mostly he loved meeting new people and learning as much as he could about them. He went on many voyages and saw many strange and wonderful things. Gulliver and his fellow explorers were in their vessel on one night and ran into a storm and began to sink. Gulliver wasn't still on his vessel but in the deep sea. He was struggling to get out when darkness swept over him. And to his astonishment, he saw a tiny person standing on his chest looking back at him. The little man was no taller than a toy soldier and was holding many military bow and an arrow in his tiny hands. Then Gulliver replied at last. Then he yelled at his most fierce voice, "Get off me!" And little arms screamed and ran for their lives. Gulliver wriggled against his bonds and managed to free his arms. The pain told him he wasn't mad and that was what was happening. He saw now there were hundreds of tiny people on the beach. The little archer was firing steadily at him, but the rest were screaming in panic, yelling at the top of their tiny voices. "I promise I won't hurt you." Then he put his arm down and grabbed the sand. Ain't quite sure there was not a single tiny person under him to be crushed. He lay still. "Oh, yes, I surrender," he added. To Gulliver's great relief, the little archers stopped shooting and the others forgot their fear and started to return. After a few minutes, the beach was full of activities. All tiny people seemed to enjoy their time with Gulliver today. Now they understood that it's more fun than having a new friend like a giant or something like that. Then for having their own friends, which is like boring. End of summary.